If you're looking to add a touch of boho chic or cottagecore to your home with a timeless beauty of dried florals, you're gonna love today's video. Hey there, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com, and today I want to show you how to transform some dried flowers into a DIY centerpiece, artwork, a wreath, and coffee table decor that are as unique as they are gorgeous. I'm starting with this frame I found in the IKEA As Is section and taking it apart. I'm using some jute twine that I found at the dollar store and taping it on the center back of the backing of the frame and wrapping it around just like this. I'm going to wrap mine about 20 times and keep it in the center of this cardboard backing. Now that I wrapped it around, I'm cutting off the excess and then just tying the last part of the twine to the first part and using a solid square knot. Now I'm just kind of arranging those twine pieces to make them nice and even, and then I'm placing the mat back in the picture frame and then my twine piece and securing everything together. Now I'm taking some dried floral stems and I'm weaving them from the top to the bottom of the twine pieces in the front. I'm just using a variety of different ones that I had on hand. I find my dried florals from Luxe Bee Co. It's a local place here, but you can buy everything online. I will link it down in the description box below, as well as on Amazon. I'm going to use the same color scheme for all of these DIYs, so you can just buy the same colors of florals and make everything so that it's coordinated in your home. I like to use bunches of the same type of flower, and then when I'm finished my bunches, I kind of like to add littler elements throughout the bottom of the twine. This is a really simple DIY and I love this woven dried floral look. I'm going to place it on my sideboard here in my entry. For this next one, I'm taking more similar types of flowers and some jugs that I had on hand, something from the dollar store and an old liquor bottle. Now I'm just using the bottle as a guideline and just trimming some of the florals to size just to make sure they're going to fit inside of the bottle. With these pampas grass stems, I am cutting them on the bottom and then removing some of that bottom foliage to make it look like it has a nice tapered end. So I'm placing just a variety of different bunches of flowers again inside of these bottles. One tip is to use a variety of different scales of flowers, so small round ones, long skinny ones, and you're gonna get a beautiful textured effect. I'm repeating this with 2 more different bottles. I have 3 different sizes, a tall, a medium, and a short, and I love groups of 3 for home decor arrangements. If you need help putting your dried florals inside, you can use tweezers, you can use scissor ends, you can use a Cricut tool like I did, really anything to push those stems inside. Now that the arrangements are how I like them, I'm putting the lids on top, and then these are gorgeous coffee table displays. Set them on top of books, let some light shine behind them, and they are so pretty. Now I'm taking a scrap piece of 2x2. This is Micro Sienna treated lumber. You could really use any lumber you have on hand, and I cut it to about 26 inches with my miter saw. Now I'm taking a measuring tape and just marking out a dot every 1 inch on top of the piece. I'm also making sure that it's centered. However, in retrospect, I wish I would have just drew a centered line with a straight edge because my holes actually turn out a little bit uneven. So just do that if you're doing this DIY as well. Now I'm taking a drill with a small drill bit and drilling a hole in each of the spots that I marked. Make sure when you're drilling that you go all the way to almost the bottom. You can even go through if you want, if you're drilling off of a table, but you want to make these holes pretty deep. Now that all of my holes are drilled, I'm taking some sandpaper and then just smoothing out the holes. Now I'm taking some more dried floral stems and creating little bunches that fit perfectly inside the holes. You'll have to use different numbers of stems depending on the type you're using, but just kind of fiddle around with it and make sure the stems fit nice and snugly into those drilled holes. I was considering using hot glue for these, but really you don't need it. If you have enough stems, they'll stay nicely inside. I'm simply alternating the type of stems I have just to make a beautiful varied display. Again, play with various textures and colors for your arrangement. I'm using purples, soft pinks, some beiges and whites to make a nice muted, almost late summer or fall display. Now that all my stems are inside the holes on the piece of wood, I'm adding this to the center of my table. This makes for a beautifully unique centerpiece, perfect for a boho styled home or a cottagecore home, and I think it looks so lovely on a rectangular table. Now I'm taking a dollar store wreath, this is a grapevine wreath form, and then just creating some bundles from various types of dried florals. Once I have a bundle that I like, I'm taking some floral wire, twisting it in place around the bundle and the wreath form, and then simply wrapping it once or twice around the bundle. Then I'm creating another bundle that I like, just using another type of dried flower, wrapping the wire around it. Now creating a third bundle and attaching it in the same way. Finally, I have a fourth bundle here with some smaller scale florals and wrapping the wire around it and tying it. Now I'm going to start from the other side and create almost the same type of arrangement. It could be a little bit different, but similar in scale and where I have the bundles. For this part, you want the dried flowers simply pointing the opposite direction. Now I'm just trimming all the stems, and I'm going to add some smaller scale dried flowers to the center here. So I'm using little bunny tails and some star flowers, cutting them nice and short and just arranging them so that they hide most of the wire and the stems from the previous steps. You can kind of play with things here and fill any spots that look bare to you. Cut things, add shorter stems, and add lots of texture to the center of this wreath. I usually like to look at my wreath vertically, and then I kind of see what's missing, and I'm adding in some more stems in the center, and I think this looks really beautiful. This wreath is perfect for late summer, early fall, and I love all the gorgeous colors. Thank you so much for watching today's DIY video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below which of these dried flower DIYs was your favorite. If you want some more DIY flower ideas, I'm going to leave a video for you to watch next up in that top left-hand corner.